Hello, it's Hyacinth Vanderpool from the 4% group coming to you again with thoughts and tips about designing that great life that you deserve. I thought today I'd go a little lighter than usual. I really enjoy reading little stories, short stories, like those stories in Chicken Soup for the Soul. Short stories that give you a little inspiration. And I also like quotations. As a matter of fact, about 3 years ago, my sister gave me this book, Greatest Inspirational Quotes, as a birthday present. And I like to just take it up and just browse through. So tonight I thought I would share some of those quotations with you and just talk a little bit about each of them, just some of my favorite ones. Okay? So the first one I'll touch on is one from Vivian Green. Life is not about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. And I like these quotations because they make you think. You know, life is not about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about dancing in the rain. It means, at least my interpretation is, we're gonna have things happening in our lives that we can call storms. What do we do about them? I like learn how to dance in the rain. While you're going through a storm, make the best of it. See where the silver lining is. It's raining, go dance in the rain and see what the raindrops feel like on your body. Not if it's a hurricane, though, within reason, of course. But I think the idea is just that when things are not going well, maybe we can look in it to see what is the good from it. As somebody once said, in the seed of every adversity, there's an equal or greater benefit. What can I learn from this? Rather than going into woe is me, poor me, why me, forget all that. What can I learn from this exercise, from this event? What can I learn? And take that attitude rather than moaning and groaning about it. So that's one. Another one is from Jim Rohn. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. It's a little funny, but it's true. I used to be a distributor with a nutrition company a few years ago. And one of the things that the leaders always told us or pointed out to us was the alarming way in which people don't take care of their bodies. We will have our cars and we'll make sure the car gets gas, we'll make sure the car has oil and water and everything it needs to have to run properly. But we don't pay that kind of attention to our bodies. How much water are we supposed to drink a day? Do we do it? Fruits and veggies that we're supposed to eat a day, do we do it? Exercise, do we do it? We don't take care of our bodies as we should. As he pointed out, it's the only place you have to live. Wherever you go, you have to take your body with you. So wouldn't it serve us well to take good care of it? So that's another one that I enjoy. The third one I want to share with you is death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Today I was looking at a movie with Wayne Dyer called The Shift, and he was talking about that. The way he put it is, if you're not careful, we come into this world and we let our dreams die as we let life eat us up. And then at the end, we didn't fulfill our purpose. We don't feel fulfilled. We don't feel like we lived the life that we wanted to live. As he put it, we die with our music inside us. So I think it's a good thing for us to look at what we really want our life to look like. Is this the life I want? Is this satisfying to me? Is this who I really am? Look at that and see what we can do to make sure that we don't lose or we don't die with that music. Don't allow ourselves to die while we're still alive because we're not realizing our dreams, our goals, the things that really make us blissful. Another one is if you do not go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. If you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place. How often do we say things like, you hear people talk about, I would like to start my own home-based business. If you don't go after it, you never have it, because you have to put action into place for you to achieve your goal. So it's no good saying you want it, but you're not going after it. If you do not go after what you want, you will never have it. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. Again, going back to business, recruiting or prospecting was a large part of it. And that was one of the biggest hindrances people have. And one of the biggest reasons why people fell away, didn't really pursue the business, because they had to ask people to join them. And that was the most difficult thing to do. I know I was there, I went through it. It is difficult asking people to join you in business. And so a lot of people didn't ask. And that's one of the things our leaders always told us. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. Yes, if you ask, the answer most times is no. But that's okay. That's the way it is. When you're doing things like that, you're looking for certain people, not everybody. And to find those people, you have to keep asking. You have to keep asking until you find the ones who say yes. So you have to go through your nose. But if you don't ask, you'll never get a yes. If you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place. This reminds me of another quotation. A ship in port is safe, but that's not what it was made to do. So imagine you have a beautiful cruise ship and you have it on the shore all the time, or docked in the dock all the time. You never go out to sea. That ship, if a ship could talk, will never be able to tell you about its adventures, the lands it has seen, the people it met, and because it's just tied up on the shore. Just so, if you never venture out, if I never venture out from where I think is safe, from that safe harbor, that comfort zone, I won't grow. I'll always be in the same place. We'll always be in the same place. So if you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place. As I think about that, I'm thinking about the fact that people often say, as a matter of fact, it's tested and apparently proven that many people would rather die than step forward. That's a literal step forward and talk to a room full of people. Standing in front of a crowd of people and talking, most people, or a lot of people, would rather die than do that. So something like that is a good experience. Step up. When you have an opportunity, step up and do it. Get over the fear, and you will feel stronger and all the richer for it. That was from someone who is unknown. So we have nobody to assign that quote to. And the last one reminds me of something that we spoke about, I think it was yesterday or two videos ago. This one says, and it's by Aldous Huxley, experience is not what happens to you. It is what you do with what happens to you. I remember speaking sometime previously and talking about the same thing. I said that it's not what happens to you, but what you do about what happens to you. It's the same wording. So things will happen. Some good, some bad. How do you react in that moment is what is important. Especially when we talk about those that we consider to be bad experiences. How do we react? I recently was talking to my sister about the idea that we should put in case of emergency contact on our cell phones. So you put ICE in case of emergency, and you put somebody's name there. So in case anything happens to you, somebody finding your phone can see that name and number and call the person to help you, to inform them of what's going on with you. And what was funny is my niece was saying that her mother cannot be a good contact. She can't put her mother as her in case of emergency person because her mother totally, absolutely falls apart in that kind of situation. If somebody calls to tell her that something is wrong with her daughter, she is no good for herself or for her daughter because she just falls apart. So the experience of having something considered terrible happen to a loved one just makes her fall apart. What does that do? It doesn't help her, it doesn't help the person. So who we are in the face of experiences, especially what we might consider negative experiences, says a lot. So if it is that you are a person who don't stand too well in bad experiences, maybe it's something that you can look to work on. How do you respond when things go south, when things go wrong? How do you respond? So these are just a few of my favorite quotes that I want to share with you tonight, to leave you with food for thought as you continue to stay committed to building that life that you want, to make the rest of your life the best of your life. Until the next video, take care. Bye bye.